guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Chloe, I'm a model, personal trainer and nutrition coach, and today's video is going to be my top 6 glute exercises to grow your glutes. So a lot of you have followed my channel, subscribed to my channel because you're interested in my glute videos, so I thought I'd tell you my top 6 favourite ones that I have felt have given me the best glute development. Not only that, I've also done a bit of research for you, and some of these have actually scientifically been researched and shown that they do give the most glute activation during exercise. Obviously I'm going to go more into depth about research and how it's not always right, but a lot of these will give you results. And if you put them into your program using the right kind of structure in the sense of hypertrophy training, so increasing reps and sets or weights, so basically volume over time, then you will see results in your glutes, and alongside the right diet as well. So basically the right training program, the right diet with these exercises, amongst others as well, because this is only 6 exercises. So make sure you're putting these into your program so that you can see results. Anyone who's just clicked on this video and you've never been on my channel before, I was very underweight and I used to be a fashion model, so I got personal trainer myself before as a personal trainer, and I basically went into it wanting to grow muscle. So I will put some pictures on the screen now to show you guys my glute development over the last, it's now been about 18 months. So I started in about August 2016. Yeah, about 18 months or so, and that's consistent training, following a structured program, and also when I first saw my personal trainer I was always in a calorie surplus for about a year. So I've gained about 12 kilograms, is about 24, 26 pounds, a couple of stone basically. Obviously some of that is fat, but a lot of it is muscle as well. As you can see from the pictures, I have had a big change in my glutes over time. It gives you a bit of background about me if you have just clicked on this video and you don't know who I am. If you are new to my channel, then please make sure you subscribe. The button's just below this video, and if you do like it, just click the thumbs up button, the like button below the video. And if you have any questions during the video, just comment them down in the comment box, or any feedback you've got. I really like hearing your comments, and I like hearing if this stuff helps you, because then it makes me feel like making these videos, doing the research for you all, is worth it. Or you can always email me. My email is chloeinspires.coaching@gmail.com, and that's also if you guys have any questions or interested in online coaching or one-on-one PT, nutrition coaching, lifestyle coaching. I do all that sort of stuff. On that note, all my services are on my website, which is www.chloeinspires.com. I've got testimonials on there as well. Before you start doing your glute exercises, I want to remind you you should always do a warm-up, so 5 to 10 minutes warm-up, and you want to do some glute activation. If you don't know anything about glute activation, then go watch this video. I've done a whole video on glute activation and why it's really important before you do a glute workout, and also giving you all the exercises to do. Go watch that video after this or now, but you need to make sure that you do glute activation before you start your glute workout. With the 6 exercises that I'm about to show you, you want to do 3 to 4 sets of 10 to 12 reps, and each exercise I'm going to show you has different recovery time. So the more compounder lift, so the more muscles you're going to use, the more energy expenditure, going to lead a longer recovery time, whereas more isolation exercises, which I will tell you about during this video, you need a less recovery time. But we're looking at 1 minute to a minute and a half recovery between your sets. And remember, I said 3 to 4 sets of all of these exercises. Another thing, remember, is to plan ahead. So make sure you plan your week ahead, plan your workout programs, get these exercises into your program so that you can see results faster and you're not just going into the gym just doing random workouts. My number 1 glute exercise is hip thrusts. This has been shown to give a lot of glute activation. We're looking primarily at the glute medius because that is the biggest muscle in the glute. There are 3 muscles in the glute, and also it's the most superficial muscle, as in the sense it's the one that you can see the most. And I know that if you're watching this video, it's because you want your bum to grow, so you want the superficial muscle to grow. So you want to make sure that you're using big bumper plates each side. You want to make sure that your feet are flat on the ground, and you can use a band around your thighs as well, just to give a bit more activation of the glutes. Make sure you've got one of those pads around the bar to protect your hips. I also have a discount code for Beast Gear, which is the one that I use. I will put a picture of it on the screen, but you can get 10% off with my code, and I definitely recommend getting your own one because the gym's ones are like used by everyone and people put them on their backs, and sweaty backs and all of that sort of stuff. Definitely recommend that, because otherwise you will get bruised hips. And you really want to make sure before you do the hip thrust you tuck your pelvis under, so you're not arching your back and then going up. So tuck your pelvis under, get the core nice and tight, and then drive through your heels. Really important that you're driving through your heels. You want your feet to be at about a 90-degree angle, and you want to try and increase that weight over time. It's quite difficult to use those mini barbells in the gym. You want to be using the ones with bumper plates, and if they don't have the big Olympic plates, put plates on. I sometimes, when I'm lifting very heavy weight, I put 2 plates on the ground, roll the bar onto the plates so that they're slightly arched, and then I can slide my body under and lift up quite quickly, because otherwise it's very heavy. You also want to make sure that you're not arching your neck all the way through, so you want to make sure that it's keeping a neutral spine all the way through, so down your neck, down your spine, so you're following the movement through. If you do struggle with hip thrusts, you can do single leg hip thrusts. They are actually really good because they don't involve the setup of the bar, which can take a lot of time. Also, if it's a busy gym, it can be difficult to find a spot. And you are using your stabilisation muscles, because it's more difficult because you're doing it unilateral. Also, it's good if you do have a stronger glute. One glute is stronger than the other, because you can bring the other one up to the other one, so you're not using one glute more than the other one. So with the single leg ones, you can put a dumbbell or a plate on your lap, and again it's basically the same as the one with 2 legs, driving through the heels. Make sure you tuck your pelvis under, that your core is nice and tight, and that your spine and neck are neutral. So my second favourite exercises for glutes are walking lunges. So you can just pop a barbell on your back, you can hold 2 dumbbells. I find it better with a barbell for some reason. With lunges, you want to drive through the heel. You don't want to be using the toe. You really want to push through that heel when you're walking. Keep the core nice and tight. You want to keep your body upright. You don't want to be, you can lean forward a little bit, but not like really leaning forward. You don't want to arch the back when you go down, so you're not going down like this. You're going down in like a, I can't do it on the bed, but like you're going down straight. So those are my main tips for walking lunges. And if you don't want to do walking lunges, reverse lunges are also really good. So reverse lunges are where you're standing and then you just put one leg out behind and bring it back. So you can use dumbbells for this, and you just take the foot behind in front. You can also do this on the Smith machine, so you can load more weight up on the Smith machine. The bar is up, you don't have to put it on your back. Load the weight up and do reverse lunge on the Smith machine. It's just really important you do drive through your heel, because if you're driving through your toe, you're going to be using more of your quads. Okay, so the number 3 favourite exercise for the glutes is split squats. I personally prefer doing split squats on the Smith machine because you can load more weight up. When you do that on a box or a bench or anything like that, you have to obviously put the weight on your back, or you have to pick the dumbbells up. However, when you do it on a bench or a box, you will use more stabilisation muscles. You use a lot more of your core. So if you want to build your core, it's really good for that, because you will have to balance. So again, with the split squat, you want to make sure that your knee is not going past your front toe. You want to make sure you're driving through the front heel. This again has been researched and shown to have a lot of glute activation. They're called Bulgarian split squats if you want to look them up. Regarding this research as well, just to mention, if you do want to check out any of it, it's by Brett Contreras. Just type him into Google, he's known as the glute guy, so lots of information on his website. So the next exercise that I love to do to build my glutes, glute bridges. So glute bridges, again, you can load this really, really heavy. You can put a barbell pad on the barbell. I haven't got any footage of me doing it with a heavy weight, but I can show you with a lighter weight. This loop band around your thighs is also really good for this. And again, you want to drive through heels, tuck the pelvis under, then go up. So a lot of people do glute bridges like this, just arching their back up. You really want to make sure that core is nice and tight, and then you drive up with the glutes. You're not using anything else but the glutes to bring you up. If you do struggle with a heavier weight, using a lighter one and doing more reps is good, but you've got to use weight and build it over time to grow those glutes. You can make this a sort of end of workout exercise as well, which I like to do as a burnout, like you can see in the video. So just more reps at towards the end of the workout. Or you can do these single legged. Now they are a burner single leg. I definitely recommend trying it, and as you get better single legged, you can put them onto a box and do them raised. So there's more range of motion, but they are really difficult in a good way to do single leg. So single leg or double legged glute bridges are really, really good. Number 5 is sumo deadlifts. So this is, instead of a conventional deadlift, you're putting your legs further apart, your toes are pointing out, your hands are in between, and then you're pulling the barbell up. Now, I'm not sure if I've got any footage of this, but again, I will try and put this on the screen. You want to make sure your back is nice and straight, your core is tight, you're driving through the heels, put the hips back and you drive the knees back just as you bring the barbell up. So think knees back, hips back, then bring it up, bring your pelvis forward, core tight, and then down again. Now some people bring the bar down, depending how heavy you're lifting, bar all the way down to the ground, let it touch the ground and then go again. Or you can just hold the bar and not let it touch the ground and go up again. I'd always recommend doing sumo deadlifts at the beginning of a workout. It is a compound lift, it's taxing on the body, and I definitely recommend doing 4 sets of that. I find them really good for building my glutes, because with the conventional deadlift you don't feel it as much in your glutes. With the sumo, because your legs are wider, you really do feel it more in the glutes. The last one, which is really good to do at the end of a workout, is lower back extensions. We'll put a picture of the machine on the screen for you, and you just pop yourself on the machine and then hold a plate in your hand and you just lean forward off the machine and pull yourself back up. And you really want to use your glutes to pull you back up. If you do suffer from back pain doing this, which a lot of people complain of, is just to make sure that, again, you're tucking that pelvis in, you've got your core nice and tight, and you don't have to fully extend to the top. You can come part way until you really feel your glutes are completely contracted and then go down again. So it's really about making sure you're thinking about using the glutes to bring you up. Also, your feet on the little platform thing where you tuck them in, make sure that they're like this. So instead of front forward, I find I get more glute activation with my feet faced, toes pointing out like inwards. I'm really driving with my heels. You might be different, so play around, but I just found for me, when I moved my feet positioning around, I could feel it more in my glutes. Also, I found a good way of doing this is at the end of a workout as a burnout, and I do 10 reps with a plate, so a 10 kilo plate. Drop the plate and then do 10 reps without the plate, and then repeat that 3 to 4 times. It's a really good burnout at the end of the workout. And this has been shown to have good glute activation, even though it is known as a back extension machine. So that's the name of the machine. If any of you want to ask someone at the gym, it's called a back extension. Some gyms actually have the proper glute machine that's for this, but most gyms don't. So I'd recommend just using the back extension machine. Those are my top 6 glute exercises. There are a lot more that I love to do, and if you want to know what those exercises are, I've done a whole video on all of the exercises that I did to grow my glutes. I'll put the thumbnail on the screen and I will link that also below in the description box so you can watch that one as well. So just remember, this isn't all the exercises I did, but these are my top favourites. So if you're going to do any, I recommend these. There are a few others that I also really like, but I just wanted to get it down to 6, so these are the top 6 favourite. I just want to add a little something that's really, really important. You need to remember that every person on this planet is different. We have different history of injuries, we have different genetics, we have different DNA, and we have different anatomy. So there's so many things that go into exercise that research can't always show. For example, I'm very tall, I have long limbs, therefore when I do a deadlift I have a long range of motion because I'm going down to the ground for longer and coming up for longer. Therefore I actually find it more difficult to go heavy. Someone very short hasn't got far to go and they don't have that risk of arching their back much, and they can go very, very heavy. Your body is not suited for every single exercise. So some bodies are just not meant to do 200 kilogram squats. All of us are meant to be able to do a squat. When you were a little toddler, you could do an ass to grass squat quite easily. So that, not saying that's not true, but it's about how much weight you can lift. So rather than focusing on going stupidly heavy, you want to obviously build weight over time on your lifts, but really thinking about the mind to muscle connection. So really think when you're doing an exercise that you're using your glutes. Otherwise it's likely you use your hamstrings or your quads, and that's why glute activation before you work out is really, really important. I just wanted to add that because I think you might just follow my advice, but I think it's really important you follow a wide range of things, or do what I say, and if it doesn't always work for you, try and add some other things in. So not solely going by what one person. So for me, I've done I do lots of variety of glute workouts. I don't just do these 6 exercises because a whole range works for me personally, and I've tried and experimented. So also I think it's important you watch that video of my other glute exercises, because I also talk about diet, which is really, really important when you grow your glutes. So another thing is training age. So depending on your age, there's a lot of variables on how fast your glutes will grow. So Also, if you're new to exercise, if you've been doing exercise for a long time, there's so many different factors. But variety is key, so keep mixing up your workouts. Don't just do the same thing all the time. It's really key to keep changing things every 3 to 4 weeks, or like if you're doing the same program each day, or changing it every 6 weeks if you are doing a different one like 3 days a week. So yeah, variety is key. Keep at it. It doesn't happen overnight. Like, as you can see from my transformation, it's taken time, consistency, do your research. If you've got any more questions, just email me chloeinspires.coaching@gmail.com. I am on Instagram as well, @_chloeinspires_. So if you guys want to DM me on there or give me a follow, because I do post content daily. Don't forget to subscribe if you did enjoy this. The more people that subscribe, the more people that interact with my videos, the more people can see this and it can help people. I've got loads of other videos, so feel free to go and watch my other ones as well. Have a good week, and I will see you in next week's video. Bye!